me back, everyone. N55 Morris. And as anticipated, I am installing my front mount intake. We're trying to get away from that no intake look, and let's see how this looks for us. So I'll take a little walk around where I did the big boost install for the turbo inlet pipe, and then let's get right into it. So I kind of shoved this, the big boost pipe, very hard to see down there. Kind of see right there. I'm not running too many clamps. Because not only is it allowing flexibility, I am running a mathless tune, so if any slight air leaks, it's not a big deal to me because that will not affect my tune overall. But I just want to get away from that that low mount ingestion of potential water, additional dirt. But because this is all still sealed, just like I said, no clamps, so it's not fully pressurized airtight, but this is in a vacuum as it's sucking in. So this is normally where your turbo inlet pipe would sit. So I'm going to remove my front guarding. As you know, I did a lot of maintenance, and then get ready. Well, first and foremost will be to we got to remove this grill. I am going to do the inside part first because I believe going over top will be kind of easy. Hopefully it doesn't interfere with my mechanism too much. If not, I could always cut it off that zip tie and push it back a little bit. But to start, we have to remove if you're good with removing the grills without removing the upper bumper, be my guest, but I'm not. So this is a T30, and we see right here is a T25. So I'm gonna get my right angle ratchet and take these bolts off. I made a video a long time ago describing this process, funny enough, removing this bumper. So it's funny, everything comes full circle. Now that the bumper can pull back some, we're going to stick our hands through and pop off the grills.
A little while later.
So after fighting for maybe the better part of your life, the grills are out and breaking a few clips along the way. This is going to come off. Let's get a screwdriver and it's okay because you're going to cut more of this out, so this will not be reused. So I'm going to get two hands on that after. Well, that's the duct. So you're going to want to cut with a sharp knife or a Dremel. Like that. Maybe a little bit taller to the back, but regardless, that is the cut area. On top of that, you're going to have to pull this plastic ducting out. Don't know exactly how it goes in, but once again, unless you're planning to return to stock, it is not necessarily needed to kind of keep it in one piece. So I'm just going to probably yank it, and I'll let you guys know how it goes once I'm ready to cut. This part is from here. It's better to pull out that way, and then the little duct comes out the way we're looking at it. So I'll stick my phone in here. Let's see if this sharp knife could cut it. Definitely a lot harder plastic than I assumed. So I might get my Dremel and then maybe use the carbide burr or something and just eat around here. So let me get my Dremel and see if that works. Actually was decided I'm actually going to continue work with the knife. There is, I believe the back headlight housing, or if it's metal part of the frame, I'm not sure. So I don't want to put that Dremel in there and damage anything, but you can cut through this just by kind of sawing motion it. It is tough plastic, and for the straight section, I'm just continuing to score until I get through, and then once again, start with that saw motion. So here's the layout of everything. This is connected to the turbo inlet pipe. We're all kind of used to this kind of shape if you have anything to do. If you have the OEM vacuum port, this barb goes into, but since I have a manual, only the automatics have it, I'm gonna put a bolt in here, then clamp it, no big deal. I bought a dummy intake. As you know, I'm on a mathless tune, and I'm going to continue to be on that mathless tune. So I'm just going to kind of break this off to not interrupt the turbulence or whatnot, but just to seal it off so it doesn't have a big gaping hole. male-to-male coupler, and then of course the intake. So I have some dry film PTFE, so I'm going to shove this in that hole that we have, and then I'll slip that piece of metal in afterwards. But I want to get this one in because of course it goes behind the headlight. That's the hardest part. This is, as you know, quite easy, especially with the factory system. Installing that side is easy, but the big boost I'll have to wrestle. But regardless, once again, spray some of this on it and let's start wrestling. As you guys saw, that was quite the struggle, but honestly, it is very possible. Even on the 2 Series, how my friend did this on his 2 Series. So here's the grill sitting in the intake behind the grill, sorry. So, because this basically goes underneath that trunk latch. Ooh, move some light away from that. So it is very difficult. However, keep spraying that PTFE film. I like it dries clear and doesn't leave an oily residue. Sometimes a little bit of white haze, but it dries off. So now that this is here, I'm going to put the metal coupler here and then add the piece on top, because as you know, all this takes is just the intake left. So that's pretty easy. No idea where the receiver for my mic went. However, the show must go on. So see, these just aluminum couplers. There's nothing to them. They're both the same size. That goes on this side and to the turbo inlet. So I'm going to put some lube on it here as well, and then slip it in this bottom. And then I have all the clamps, the 4. And actually, wow, for once I have good luck. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So, add some light once it back again. With the Big Boost kit, there is supposed to be a coupler portion. I believe this is 3" and this is supposed to be 3.25. So do note that this may or may not work if you want a 100% seal. If the Big Boost kit has a 3" elbow and this is 3.25 like the factory, you may have to do something findangling in there. However, like I said, I'm not running a MAF tune, so I'm just going to clamp it as tight as possible. It's okay if it's not 100% seal. And on this side, both these clamps are tight. Might push it in a little bit, but for the most part, it sits all right. Right behind the grill. And then I'm going to just put maybe a bolt. We did have the, I think it's called vacuum sucking jet, funny enough. The fitment is okay. It's still not too bad, actually, because my from the M255, I'm able to install it and drive around, no problems. So I'm just going to put the clamp right here. And like I said, I might cut this back a little bit and put the bolt and make my block out plate with like a fake cheapy sensor. And I'll make you guys show you when I put the intake back. Now, as promised, I told you guys I would show you putting on the intake. It's quite simple. You take your band strap, and like I said, this is the taper end. There's no coupler needed at all for this one. This one does slip right over. Of course, you'll have to wrestle it to make it all fit, of course, to get the right alignment, but there is no aluminum coupler needed for this section. And just like that. So I'm gonna open up the worm gear clamp just a little bit. You don't need to go too hard down, since like I said, you're not clamping to anything metal. It's just silicone, basically silicone. Once again, any microscopic air leaks, even on a car not like mine, like a regular off-the-shelf tune car, the MAF sensor is up here, so any where the air comes in through here, slightly behind here, your car will not have any different readings. That now being said, you'll take your grills or whatever's left of it from destroying it with the clips. And you can see that they fit back without any concern at all. So now, like I said, I actually found a little blank plug. I had a plug kit for when you were doing painting and stuff. So I put that there. Once again, if not, then you use that barb fitting for the little thing is called sucking jet, which is kind of funny. And don't forget to plug in back your MAF. I don't have one. I'm just gonna break that one off before I screw it in. The 2 screws are included. So I'm gonna roll this out in the driveway and get everyone some shots, and hopefully on my drive to work tomorrow, I will show some in-cabin clips. However, that is all I have for today's install. I hope you guys had a good one with me. Hope you guys' arms are not too tired after this install, because pushing it through the grill is definitely something. However, like always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.